You ever get frustrated with a purchase? There's nothing wrong with it. It functions in every way it's supposed to, just not the way you want it to. So, what do? You can settle, you can deal with it, or you can change it. You can hack it. One of my current frustrations with flying fixed-wing FPV is the canopies. There are often scale parts that block your point of view, and sometimes the clear plastic just isn't clear enough. Currently, we're looking through the flight canopy of my modified Viper 90. I've redesigned the dash, and I've cut the original clear canopy and replaced it with a clear plastic sheet that allows for better vision. In this video, I'll show you how to achieve this. After 20 or 30 flights in the heat, this canopy is starting to show its stress cracks, so it's time to replace. Good morning and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make your fixed wing flight canopy actually usable with your DJI FPV system. So you have here is a stock Viper 90 flight canopy, and there's issues with this, at least in my case. You can't really see through that flight canopy, and if you were to actually look through it with, a camera of any sort, you'll see that this piece right here is actually in your way. Now, what I've done here is I've actually came up with a system of my own here. See, what I've done is I still have that plastic piece that's there, but I actually have it out of the way. So you get a better flight experience. It's a lot more immersive. As I was saying earlier, this one here actually has some stress cracks in it. So the point of this video is to actually show you how I'm going to replace the plastic that I've already put in there, but also to show you how I've built it. All right, let's get to it. Oh, and before we get started, things you need to make this happen is a 3D printer, a digital camera, some clear PETG sheets from Amazon, I'll link that below, PETG printer filament, and I would say some skill in the 3D design program. I will say the 3D design program part of this video will seem like smoke and mirrors if you don't already know how to use one, but that's not the intent of this video. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, first and foremost, let's start with one of the many things I forgot to mention, painter's tape. You want to use this painter's tape to cover the front of the canopy, or the area you deem to be the place you'll be looking outside of the most. Once you've got full coverage of the area, you want to make cuts around it. With a drawer full of cutting tools, let's use the least capable. Now that you've made your cuts, pull off the tape. What we want to do is you want to use the outline of this shape. It'll make sense once I pull it in the Fusion 360. Now that you've imported your picture into your 3D design program of choice, the idea here is to sketch an outline of the tape stencil. Once that outline is done, offset that line internally. As you can see, I made some circles in between those two lines. The circles represent bolt holes. I know that I'm not getting too deep into detail with this description via Fusion 360, but the idea here is to show you how I got here, not necessarily a how-to. Hopefully this helps. Now that you've uploaded your drawing to your 3D printer, what you want to do is grab your tape stencil and place it in your PETG sheet. Use it to cut out your new canopy. Now that that's done, grab your print and use the circles you made in your drawing to drill holes through your PETG sheet. The reason the print is bent this way is because over time the PETG will mold itself to the canopy. You'll see. Grab the print and place it on top of your canopy. Use the inside of the print to mark where to cut your canopy, and the holes to mark where you need to drill through. This part is completely optional. I've done this by screwing directly into the phone, pause, And I've done it this way. I've inserted an epoxy and brass inserts to attach everything to the plane. This whole process is trial and error, so I don't really think there's a wrong or right way to do this. Well, at least in this situation. For reference, you can see where I cut the old canopy. You can see it's the inside of the 3D print. The idea is you want the 3D print to lay on top of the PETG sheet to kind of lock it down once you screw it on. I use M2 screws and brass M2 inserts to attach the PETG frame to the cockpit itself. Honestly, you could use anything that works for your situation. This just happens to be what worked for me. And that's it. This is how I've increased the field of view for my DJI FPV experience. I hope you can learn something from this. And of course, I wouldn't leave you hanging. I had to let you see what it looked like after I've finished the modifications I've made. As you can see, it's a lot clearer and you don't see the stress cracks that you may have seen before. I pretty much will be doing this for all of the jets and planes that I get moving forward until I come up with something else that I like that's better, or hopefully someone else may come up with something that's better. So until next time, peace.